Hello, trust everything is going on beautifully. I want to quickly walk you through the thought process that led to this trade being taken. Right, so I'm going to clear up all this markup so that we can go from the top. All right, this is NAS 100, and I came to the chart and went to the daily time frame. Now, of course, a lot of things have happened based on the price action you see, but I was more focused on what is happening right now. Okay, what's going on right now. So this is how I usually go about the analysis. This is just I want to walk you through the thought process that leads to the trades I take. So looking at the way price has been moving all this while, currently price was in an uptrend on the daily time frame, right? Seeing higher highs and higher lows being created. So I looked at it and then I spotted a bearish harmonic pattern and the fact that there's a little bit of liquidity to this end. So let me just mark them out. What do I look for when I come to the charts? What am I looking for? What do I see? A little bit of daily liquidity that needed to be cleared because price is always drawn to liquidity. So have your eyes for that. That's what price is coming for here. Also, there's a bearish harmonic pattern here. It's a deep crab bearish harmonic pattern being formed. I've not talked about harmonic patterns, but these are the things I saw. Right, 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level. All right, so we have a deep crab here being formed, and then I said, okay, this is the daily trend upwards, but then there's a daily harmonic pattern here, so that means price should be thinking of turning around here, coupled with the fact that this liquidity has been tagged, right? Liquidity has been swept here, so it drops down the time frame, and then I saw what will corroborate my bearish bias in the term of a 4-hour breakout structure. You see higher highs and higher lows being created after this break. Being created. Of course, there's imbalances down here to be filled, imbalance here to be filled, and then based on this structure, there's a breakout structure here. You have high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then this drop broke the structure here. Okay, so we had a breakout structure here. And we'll call it a market structure shift. So either ways, what we're just trying to say is that there is evidence that price seems to want to go back downwards. Okay, so when there's a break of structure, what do we look for? We look for the order block, which is the last up closing candle, the last green candle before the break, right? So we look for that on the 4 hours and then mark it out. Then drop further. We expect that the order block area will be tested once price has successfully broken the structure. So we'll wait for price to come back up there, and that's what they did here. Came back up there, and that was where I was waiting for price. Okay. Right around this area. Okay, so when that happened, what did I do? We dropped further, so price came all the way here, and then you can see another break in structure here. These are the things we look out for. Another break here. Because we had, high, low, higher, high, higher, low, like that, higher, high. This low now broke this. So this low is lower than that, right? So another point of interest here. This is the last up closing candle before this second break. So that is where we'll be looking at price retesting before finally dropping. So when I dropped to, I think, 15 minutes, yeah, I saw that there was a liquidity build up here. Liquidity was being built. And anytime liquidity is being built, you can be sure that it is going to get swept. So I had my eyes here. Okay. See how I've narrowed it down. So I think I can take this off now. All in preparation to sell. So I saw this liquidity being built, and I said, okay, this liquidity is going to get swept. In order for this trade to be valid, price must not go beyond this level, this highs here. So liquidity is going to be swept. I'm going to put my entry above the liquidity, put my stop loss above these highs, and expect the price to drop. So I decided I'm going to place my sell position here, just above the liquidity, put my stop loss above the highs right there, and then expect price to at least come down to make a lower low than that first break of structure marked by this low right here. So price should at least come all the way here and even go below to create a new lower low, so we know that price is ready to go down. this initial move is 1:12 risk to reward ratio. So if I risk $10, I'm going to make $120 on this move alone. All right. Now another thing is waiting for this liquidity that was swept to be mitigated. So I'm probably going to get another entry on this sell. So I'll drop further, right? Watch the structure, see how the structure shifted here. Another block of structure here, right? And looks like liquidity is even being formed here, right? And also I see an imbalance, but this imbalance has already been tapped into. But they could come back again. They could. Meanwhile, it looks like liquidity is being formed here, equal highs. So I'm going to expect price to come back into this area before finally dropping like a rock. So I'm going to be waiting here again with another sell above this liquidity and inside this imbalance with my stop loss above this previous high that activated the first sell. And take profit is going to be at the same place as the first entry. Same place as first entry. 1:16. So another $10 will give $160 here. Right. And then of course I'll follow the price movement structurally and see how many lower highs I can catch and sell from every new lower high I'm able to catch, both on the lower time frame and on the 4 hours. Now, based on the bearish harmonic pattern I saw, price should drop all the way down to around these levels. And if you look at those levels, we have a huge imbalance, probably even a weekly imbalance because it's across many days. Right, that's a really huge imbalance, so price needs to come back at least around this area before taking off, probably, or continuing downwards, who knows. For now, I'm ready to take what the market gives and leave the rest. Right, so that's how we do this. Now, because US30 and NAS have similar price action, I had something similar on US30 as well. I'm just walking through the thought process that led to taking the trade. The same deep crab formation here. So let me delete all the drawing and we'll start from the scratch. So we looked at this. Price is, trending upwards. High, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Alright, and then the fact that NAS printed a bearish harmonic structure, harmonic pattern, beg your pardon. The same thing happened here. We'll talk about harmonic patterns later, but these are the things that contributed to why I wanted to sell. So bearish harmonic pattern, daily liquidity to the left has been cleared, leaving huge imbalances to be filled. already cleared. We had massive imbalances, right? These are the things I look at for when I come to the charts. I'm like, okay, what's the current trend? One, where are my smart money footprints? Looking for imbalances, looking for smart money cubes, fair value gaps, and normal gaps, right? Potential areas for price to return to and retest. Okay, so drop down to like 4 hours, 2 hours, and just look at what is going on. So this guy had this low, and then internal structure had this dance, high low, high low, high low, broke here, didn't hold, and it happens. So there are times when there will be a break of structure that will not hold. There will have to be a second break of structure, right? So this break didn't hold, created a new high, then broke again. This time it retested here and held, retested here. This green wick, that was a retest. Retested there and then continued lower, right? So it's established, we're going down. Okay. Then I saw, okay, how can we take advantage of this? Price sort of began to range in this area. And when price does that, we know they are preparing to take some people's liquidity. It's all about building liquidity when you see these kinds of ranges. So I looked at it closely and I was like, for this setup not to be violated, price must not go above this high. Price goes below above this high, setup is violated. So just waited, dropped to 15 minutes, I think. So dropped to 15 minutes and I was like, all right, I see liquidity being built from all the way back. In fact, I think from all the way back here. Okay, this is what I was looking at. Liquidity was being built somewhere here. Just the same concept with what I did on NAS. So since liquidity was being built, I said, all right, this will be a beautiful place to sell from. Stop loss just above the high up there. And since price is sort of ranging, won't go too far, just take it out at the end of the range. But already that's 1:17. So That was what I had in mind for this, and it's playing out quite well. Already gone more than halfway. So basically, that's that's the jack. Please ask your questions, and they will be answered. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon.